Okay, today I'm going to talk to you about body dysmorphia. Now, it's a term that gets bandied around a hell of a lot. It's been in the news quite a bit last week with the BBC Radio 1 in the UK. And I even had a questionnaire sent to me over last weekend from a university that were referencing body dysmorphia. And it's a little bit of a hang-up I've got about the use of the term. And that's really because I feel it's bandied around far too freely. Now, when I filmed UC2, I was lucky enough to spend some time with Bob Wilson, who heads up the Body Dysmorphia Association of the UK. I'm not sure what its official name is, but it's basically a support service and a diagnostic service for people with body dysmorphia. It is a severe mental disorder where your hang-up about your appearance, and one thing that I found quite surprising was that it isn't always the obvious thing. It says he's got clients with absolutely huge ears that obsess about a mole on their forehead. However, the main key factor in this is that it severely impacts your ability to live a normal life. Now, to be truly body dysmorphic, you'd struggle to hold down any sort of relationship. You'd struggle to hold down a job. You might find it takes you 6, 8, 10 hours to prepare for going somewhere. That's the impact true body dysmorphia has on people. Now, it's bandied around all the time in reference to gym goers and bodybuilders that they're body dysmorphic. They're not. Okay? Now, obviously there are varying degrees, but to be truly body dysmorphic, you would not function as a normal human being. And I would assume, in fact, I know that there are a few bodybuilders or even a few people within the fitness world that obsess about their appearance to a massively unhealthy level. And it does affect what they do, and it may take them 2, 3, 4 hours to get ready to go out, and they would be borderline. It does affect relationships. It does affect their ability to hold a job, and in fact, their job is probably based around the fact of their image. So, you know, there are definitely people within the fitness industry that do come close to this classification, or definitely are borderline. And for competitive bodybuilders, there may be periods of time within their diet or their bulking cycles where they are truly body dysmorphic, because they don't live a normal life. They don't go out and socialize with friends and families because of diet regimes and those sort of things. So, you know, there's definitely crossover areas. But to be truly body dysmorphic, you're so obsessed and you're so self-aware and so self-conscious of whatever it is about your physique that you're unhappy with, that you do not lead a normal life, that you do not go out, that you do not have friends, you do not have a job, you do not have relationships. It's not that you're a bit upset that you're a bit fat around the middle. That's not body dysmorphia. It's not that you go to the gym 6 days a week and you take a bit of gear and you watch your diet. That doesn't make you body dysmorphic. Now, everybody, and this is not everybody, has something about their appearance they're unhappy with, they'd like to change, they'd like to improve. That is normal. That's normal life. That's our normal psyches. That's how we are. Granted, there are people where this is manifested to a greater level, and it would seem that the fitness industry definitely propels this. You know, people get into training, and from people I've spoke to and a little bit of research there is available on this, that people that get into the fitness world or into keeping fit find that their hang-ups about their body, in general, not everybody, but in general, are worse after they've got involved with the fitness industry than they were before, because suddenly they become so much more conscious of how they appear, and suddenly they start judging themselves against other people. And in the world of social media with Facebook and filters and God knows what else, we very rarely see the real thing. Photoshop, we've all seen it. We've all seen these physiques that have been tweaked, altered, shaded, filtered to make them look leaner, better, whatever it is. So quite often we're comparing to an unreal example, an unrealistic benchmark. And it would appear that when people start to make changes with their bodies and try and change their physique, they actually become more critical and more self-aware and more conscious. However, I want to make one thing clear, and I did make note to this research paper that I got sent to work on, because they were using the term body dysmorphic there, and that's not body dysmorphic. That's image conscious, but that isn't body dysmorphic. And the term shouldn't be bandied around. I feel it does an injustice to those that suffer it correctly. Those that truly suffer with it, it destroys their lives. And like I said, there is a few people that would qualify, but for most of us, we're not body dysmorphic. You know what we are? We're vain. It's vanity. An obsession with our appearance and how we look is vanity, not fucking body dysmorphia. Tell it how it is. Okay? The fitness industry breeds vain people. It's as simple as that. It's not a medical condition. You're a vain bastard. That's it. You know, I know I suppose to a degree it's probably more prevalent within the female ranks, but there's plenty of lads as well. But you see them, you know, they're so thirsty on Instagram and so thirsty on Facebook for likes and, oh, look at my project pics with my arse and my tits hanging out. Lads do it as well. It does seem to be slightly more prevalent with women, but lads do it as well. And this is just attention seeking. That's all it is. They're not body dysmorphic. They have natural hang-ups, they're insecure, and they're seeking attention, they're seeking gratification, and it's vanity. You know, when you're that obsessed with the way you look, or more so, people's opinions of the way you look, then it's vanity. Been there? Done it myself? We all like to be complimented, we all like to be approved by our peers. You know, one of the pushes behind trying to hit 400 was vanity, in a strange way. And I know it probably doesn't seem like a normal process. But, you know, in my peer group, in people that appreciate size, that was one of the holy grails. So there was an element of vanity in it, without doubt. There was an element of self-discovery as well, and experimentation and a few other things. But there's definitely, can't deny the vanity element. We're all vain to some degree. Unfortunately, whether it's the fitness industry that attracts vain people or it creates vain people, I'm not quite sure, probably a bit of both. But the concentration within there, the same as in with modelling and those sort of areas of life, you know, where focus is on appearance and not on the person, it runs rife. But if you are concerned with the way you look, if you spend a couple of hours preparing yourself, you have a beauty regime or whatever it may be, then it's vanity, not body dysmorphic. Okay? Just because you go to the gym 6 days a week and you want to look good, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, it becomes a problem when it starts to affect the quality of your life of those around you. So there's nothing wrong with having a healthy vanity in that you take care of yourself, you take care of your appearance, you have some pride in the way you look, no issue. You have some pride in your physical appearance, you know, not just your dressed appearance. Fine. But if your vanity has got to the point now where it's starting to impact your family, or it's starting to impact your social life. And we're not talking about competitive bodybuilders because they're competitive. That's a different sort of thing. Or competitive powerlifters. You know, they have an end goal. They have a purpose. They're striving. Their restrictions are based on achieving something. But a lot of people that I come across trying to achieve this perfect body, this ideal shape, this ideal physique, and yet it seems that the more they try, the more miserable they get. Now, I thought the whole idea of pursuing this goal was happiness, was a sense of achievement, was to achieve a goal. But it would appear that for a lot of people it's not. It self-perpetuates misery. And that really defies understanding. You know, I had my goal once I'd got there, though I didn't achieve it particularly in the way I wanted, that itch was scratched. It was done. I mean, I'll always be a big lad. I like being a big lad. That's probably where my vanity is in size. But you see these people, oh, I just want 18 inch, I'll get to 18 inch, oh, I just want 19. And it's like, are you ever happy? Do you ever feel like you've achieved? Because if you don't, then the problem's not in your physique, it's in somewhere else. And you need to learn, I suppose, to love yourself. You need to learn to be a bit more accepting as who you are. You have to be a bit more honest with yourself. I suppose we come back to that old adage again, you know, about being honest with who you are and where you are. Because the amount of people that seem to slog themselves in this continual circle, but never seem to gain any happiness from any achievements they make. And that does seem to be very much the nature of what we do. You know, we get a 3-plate bench, we want a 3.5. We get a 3.5, we want a 4. The goals constantly move up. You know, we get an 18-inch arm, we want a 20. We get a 28-inch waist, so we get abs, and then we want shredded glutes. We get shredded glutes, and then we want something else. It just seems it doesn't matter. We're never happy. And I'm all for setting goals, and I'm all for trying to achieve the impossible. But you've got to get some pleasure out of it. Either pleasure out of the journey, which is pretty much what I do, or pleasure out of the end goal. If you're getting neither, then I would really question your motives for what you're doing. And if you're that driven to do something by everybody else around you and not by yourself, then I would again really question who you are. You know, there's so many people whose lives hang on an Instagram like, and it's like, seriously, your day's shit if you don't get so many likes, and it's a good day if you do get a lot of likes. Give your head a shake, really. What's your world come to? That you're hanging on the opinion of people that you've probably never even met, that you don't even know. So what does it matter? Why are you so insecure? You know, you potentially probably need help to face things, and it can be hard, it can be difficult. This isn't a critical thing as such. It's just, you know, if your life revolves on Instagram likes or your life revolves Facebook likes, then what sort of life is that, really? I just find that strange. Probably because I don't get any. The vast majority of the comments on my Facebook are hate. So it's probably just jealousy from my part, really, if I'm honest. No, I mean, come on, be seriously now. It's like all for pursuing goals, all for achieving what you want, but you need to be, if you're going to set goals and try and achieve something, you need to be getting some sort of enjoyment out of it. You need to be getting some sort of satisfaction out of it. And if at the end of that you're not, then why do it? I really question why do it. Life's too short to be fucking miserable. Life's too short to be fed up and constantly down on yourself. You need to be happy. You need to enjoy who you are. You need to find who you are. God, this is getting fucking deep, isn't it? Sorry about this. Didn't mean to really go down this road. It just seems to have gone there. Anyway, we're yabbiting, and I'm probably going on a bit more than I should. But the main aim of this video was to say, you're not fucking body dysmorphic, you're vain. Not that that's a negative thing, but that's the truth. If you're body dysmorphic, you'd be hiding in your home and you wouldn't dare come out. Right, that was what I was... I could have said that in 5 seconds. Okay, right, I'm going to get off. And I'll catch up with you guys soon.